Ah, Priya, are you there? Yeah.
Everyone can hear me. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. Okay. So a very good evening to one all present here, and welcome to another session of Iconic Women. Today we have Dr. Isha Singh, and on the topic of contact dermatitis. And Dr. Isha Singh, PHMS MD in homeopathy, was a gold medalist and founder of Homelia Homeopathy. In the gentle village camp based in Delhi
Dr. Shreya.
NCR.
Dr. Shreya,
Hello.
your voice is not clear. I will do the.
Okay.
I will do. Yeah.
Sure.
Fine. Uh, Good evening, dear doctor. Since her voice is not audible, I will do the introduction. Uh, Dr. Isha Singh, BHMS, MD in homeopathy, is a gold medalist and she is founder of Homelia Homeopathy, Gentle Way of Cure, based in Delhi, NCR. She is a budding doctor who is constantly learning more with other homeopaths, and she has to study a lot for gaining insight about this beautiful science. And homeopathy is not just her passion, uh, not just profession, but it is her passion. And also through Homilia, she is offering gentle individualized healing, especially for female health, pediatric care, and skin disorders. So she is having a very good track record of and very academically highly achieved doctor. So welcome, Dr. Isha. Please start the presentation. We are eagerly waiting to know more from you, your experiences.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such introduction. It means a lot to hear from such an experienced doctor, of course. Uh, so we are already late because of some issues from my side, so I will not waste any further time. Uh, so let's start with the webinar only. So my topic is contact dermatitis in focus, a homeopathic approach to skin health. The objective of my presentation is basically to provide a clinical understanding of contact dermatitis, to highlight the homeopathic approach in managing such cases, the importance of homeopathy basically, to present a real case study with prescriptions and outcomes, whatever I have experienced in my clinical practice, uh, to promote individualized and holistic case of care over symptomatic suppressions. Okay, and further, what is contact dermatitis? It is an inflammatory skin condition due to direct contact with an irritant or allergens. It is not contagious, and it could be acute or chronic. You know, most of the patients when comes to clinic, they are very confused that is it contagious or not. So I mentioned it in bolds because it is not contagious. And there are two kinds of contact dermatitis: irritant contact dermatitis or allergic. You know, the difference in both of them is there would be some kind of irritant which causes irritation in the skin and causing irritant contact dermatitis. But in case of allergic, there is a allergic reaction, which is a delayed hypersensitivity type 4 reaction, which is the cause behind such kind of inflammation or infection. Okay, the when we talk about pathophysiology and causes for irritant contact dermatitis, as I said earlier, there is a inflammation without prior sensitization. But in allergic contact dermatitis, we have a type 4 delayed hypersensitivity reaction. Okay. Uh, the next, when we discuss about common causes and the triggers, there are so many causes behind. When we talk about the physical causes, except the mental causes, as we all homeopaths know, the soaps, detergent, hand sanitizers, acids, alkalis, industrial solvents, and a prolonged exposure to water or wet work or any kind of metal like especially nickel, and jewelry, fragrances, strong cosmetics, hair dyes, latex in gloves, or any other medical products, certain plants that like poison envy, and healthcare gloves like disinfectants, cements, adhesive, or any kind of irritation. um, there are some patients who also have some irritation due to sunscreens, moisturizer, or any kind of cosmetic products also, or rubber, leather, footwears, dyes, adhesives, or some other products, some other things also. So next, when we talk about clinical feature of contact dermatitis, then obviously because of the inflammation, there will be redness and itching, dryness and scaling will be there, swelling will be there, blisters may be seen in the form of vesicles or bullae, which could be more burning or type of blisters mostly. Cracking and fissuring could be there. There could be stinging sensation and burning, as I said. Lichenification will be there. Okay. Then, when we talk about conventional treatment, which is most common in the society, there is identification and avoidance of trigger. The most common thing that they advise is avoidance of the triggers only. And next, topical corticosteroids can be given, oral antihistamines can be given, yeah, some kind of antibiotics can be given. Um, But when we talk about homeopathy, homeopathy is obviously we all know it is a very utilized homeopathic system who treats the root cause and which is very safe and non-toxic, obviously, and gives a permanent relief and reduce the recurrences and have an holistic approach with no side effects and gentle way of treatment, obviously. Uh, then next, I would like to discuss a case of mine from my very early starting of the clinical practice. When I just passed the BHMS, and a lady called Rashmi, she came to me. She was 22 years old, female, and a student who keeps helping her parents in the dairy work. So she is very much exposed to the milk and milk products. Okay, so she came with the clinical complaints of severe intense itching, burning, dryness, and cracking of the skin. The redness was there, darkening or discoloration was there since 7 months. She tried so many uh, ordinary conventional treatment, but there is no relief. She came to me because her mother is known to me. So I took the personal history and then I got there is exposure to milk and milk products in the daily routine. When we talked about family history, there was no such peculiar things to mention. Um, on the mental general, she was very anxious about her health, obviously, and she was very fearful about the complaint, what is happening to her, and she was very impatient to know okay, what is happening to her. She always keeps asking me, Didi, what is happening to me? What is this actually? Why this happened to me? And she was forgetful. She was confused. She was horrible, and horrible sad stories affected her a lot. And she was very sensitive to cruelty. There was elements from excessive protection of her parents. Uh, when we discussed about physical general, she said the appetite was completely normal. She was thirsty and chilly constitution. Uh, it- the perspiration was very peculiar. That she had excessive perspiration, especially on the upper head and the back. Stool was normal, urine was normal, and menses were also normal. So I took the case and observed her hands and palms, and that I came to the conclusion that it was irritant contact dermatitis because of the milk exposure routinely in her routine life. So after the repertorization of the most common, most important rubrics, I came to the conclusion on Calcarea Carb 200, and I gave her this medicine only 2 doses for alternate days and followed SL for next 15 days. Uh, then she came after to me in 20 days or 21, 22 days, I think. There was marked improvement in all of her symptoms, and I would like to share the before and after image of my treatment. I hope you can see what was the difference came to her hands only because of the homeopathic treatment, individualized homeopathic treatment, I would say. And the conclusion is individualized homeopathic treatment can work magically, quickly, and effectively, as I said, and I always say. Uh, I would love if you all wants to ask anything. Okay. I am just very much junior to all of you, obviously, but if you want to ask, you may ask, please.
Okay. That was pretty quick, Dr. Isha. I like you. Very swift. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. It was. It
No,
is
no
very
issues.
quick, obviously.
Yeah, anything that is started is a very good start. Uh, and congratulations for that.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah, you can discuss some other cases also, Dr. Isha, if you are having, or according to your knowledge, some skin conditions also you can discuss, like eczema, dermatitis, and what is the difference, how would we find the difference, like that. Okay? And some other skin conditions you can deal with, and you can explain the difference also to how to diagnose them, something like that also you can feel free to explain, or some other cases of you now you can explain orally also.
Okay, ma'am. Sure, sure. As we discussed the contact dermatitis, so I would like to add the case of eczema. Just as ma'am said, a man of almost 57 years old, he came to me in my clinic in just before 1 week or 1.5 week only. He was suffering from eczema because of uh, I'm sorry, he was suffering from eczema since many days or many weeks, and he came to me because of the itching he was having, the scaling he was having, and he also already tried so many conventional treatment for that, but there was no such relief, no such permanent relief. Basically, he got relief for a few days, and that it reoccurs, and this was happening to him since many days. So he came to me. So I took the case, and obviously, I first of all, when I saw him, I uh, thought it was a case of already so many tried and tested case. So I was very nervous. So should I take it or not? Because the eczema was so much in the very exaggerated way, है ना? मतलब काफी so violent case it was. Uh, so I took the case. I don't remember what are the rubrics I took, but I gave him hyoscyamus because of his mental symptoms only. I didn't take any skin symptoms for that, and I was very much. I was not so much sure about that. Will hyoscyamus will work or not? Because I didn't take any skin symptom or any physical symptom for that. I only prescribed hyoscyamus because of his mental symptoms. Uh, the way he entered in my clinic, the reverence for me and the respect for me flipped my mind towards the hyoscyamus, and I prescribed him hyoscyamus for that for 4 doses for alternate days, and he was very much better when he came after 1 week. So he's still continuing my medicine, not permanently cured till now, but he is very, very much almost 80 to 90%. He was better. This is also one of my good case.
So Alzheimer's means the respect you have been given, you said na. So
Yes, ma'am.
what is that like? Alzheimer's, did you feel that he is a shy fellow or a
No, no, ma'am. He came.
aggressive fellow?
No, no,
Aggressive or
no. like not like that. When he came to me, he was a uh, matlab, he was very like
Oh, Dr. Isha, you need to unmute yourself. Dr. Isha, are you there? Yeah. Now you are audible, doctor.
hello.
Ha, hello. You are audible.
Uh-huh. Okay, ma'am. So
Yeah.
we were discussing about why I gave him Alzheimer's, right? Uh, he came actually when he came with his daughter and son with him, but the kind of respect he gave to me was not given by his daughter and son, obviously. So there is a difference I saw when he even when he entered in my clinic. The reverence for him, the gesture of that clicked me for higher assignments. I studied somewhere that Hyoscyamus have that kind of respect for the superior power, no? For when he enters to the doctor's clinic, the respect for doctors, or wherever he goes, the respect for the superior power he have. So for that was the entry point for me, and obviously there were much more symptoms also which I don't remember right now. For why I confirmed for Hyoscyamus, but this was the entry point.
Oh, nice.
Uh, Hello, good evening, ma'am. I have a small doubt.
Sure.
In case of contact dermatitis, and we do take case like on in homeopathic way and prescribe based on mentals, right? But doesn't maintaining cause also play a role here because it's also kind of allergic reaction?
Yeah, of course, 100%, 100%. Not only in contact dermatitis, but in all the cases, in all other cases also. Even it is a skin case or any kind of case. है ना? In Organon, it was written na, कि the maintaining cause should be removed to get a desirable result in homeopathy. No, so in skin condition or contact dermatitis, 200% I would say. Definitely, I told her the lady the case I had mentioned in my slides. I told her to avoid those exposure of milk products and use the gloves if she have to work. Use the gloves before doing that. So I'm sorry I didn't mention about that. Thank you for asking. Uh,
Thank you, ma'am.
uh, okay, so this is from my side. Any more questions if you would like to ask?
Yeah. Any other question?
Yeah, questions means since you are related with dermatology today, if you can
Yes,
explain
ma'am.
any other points or tips also is okay because you
Yes.
have finished very swiftly. So you can have some time and you can take some time and explain about any other tips which you have learned in dermatology of later recently. Okay.
Ma'am,
Uh,
sorry, didn't get your point.
no, you can explain any other case also related to dermatology. Yes.
Okay.
So now I will explain about one of my case.
Sure, ma'am, sure,
She
ma'am.
used to work in a soldering. unit in a factory. So she'll be always soldering means they will have that plumbum, isn't it? You will be aware of. So that is for almost 15 years she was working in that factory, and she had black spots on her nose, and that is a very conspicuous thing. And combining these two things, I went for Plumbermid. Actually, she had come for her menstrual irregularities and heavy flow and abdomen pain during menses. And it was a typical pain of pulling the abdomen inside, the same as we see in Plumbermid. And I gave her Plumbermid for over a period of 6 to 8 months, I think. Weekly dose or something like that, and she got cured with both of the things. So her menstrual irregularities also become okay, and also that black spot was there on her nose. As I told, it was the jet black spot, like just like a coal thing, and it will stay there. She can't do anything about that. Even she applied something out external and all that didn't go away. So after plumber met, it, she improved very well, and I think she left the job as she shifted something. To that. So this is one of the I'm talking about this because it is related to contact
Okay.
occupation hazard.
Okay, that's great, ma'am. Thank you for sharing.
So in homeopathy we get clues from somewhere and nowhere, isn't it?
Yes, exactly, ma'am. Exactly.
Yeah.
There could be any entry point.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, all the other participants also can share your dermatitis cases, madam, for our knowledge sake. And that's
Yes,
a very good one, Dr. Rekha, madam. That's very good. This
thank
one
you.
to prescribing 2 to 3 PQRS symptoms. So like the abdomen is going inside, like in Pambam, inverted boat shape, and
Yes.
also the her exposure and everything leads to plumber metallica. So that's a very good thing. So, dear doctor, please discuss any
Yeah,
other
Dr. Priyanka, I
contact.
think. Yes. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah, ma'am, because since we all are discussing about case about related to skin and dermatitis, I really wanted to know about approach of all the senior doctors here, that when something acute comes up during the treatment of skin conditions like cold or anything that happens, like how do you all take decisions of going for the acute condition which is there along with the skin condition that we are treating already?
Uh,
How is the approach and how do you go about the prescription about
Dr.
the chronic
Padmaju ma'am,
condition?
will you
Yeah,
share? Yes.
as far as me, what I would treat like this, I would go symptomatically. So even though if you have prescribed for skin problems and the rashes or the cold is coming, so it is if it is a very acute complaint, like if it is like with an immunity response, like if she is already having allergy for colds and everything, then
Hmm.
when we are treating with skin, then if the cold is coming, so I think that there is some disturbance with the medicine or with the person, then I will try to consider the case once or one more time. Or
Okay.
if it is, if we have prescribed constitutionally, so I am telling you again and again. So
Hmm.
in which level we are prescribing? Yesterday
Hmm.
also one of our persons have asked like how many doses you have given or
Hmm.
no. When Jyoti madam session, Jyoti Udupi session has been running, so one person has asked that if the single drug is sufficient or we need to repeat multiple remedies. So always, each and every doctor, please note that always you see that to which level you are prescribing. If you are prescribing for the deep inner levels, single dose is sufficient because you are trying to deal with the core. So whenever you are prescribing to the core, that is to the sensation, to the delusion, to the inner constitution, like that, then the single remedies or single doses or something with one or two intercurrent remedies or antimiasmatic are sufficient. So when you are prescribing to the external layers first, like the skin, or that means your prescription, your case taking is depending on the current symptoms or 2 to 3 PQRS symptoms, something like that, then you may need frequent antishoric remedies as repetition. So in this condition also, as Dr. Priyanka is asking about, when there is a skin complaint we are treating, so if any cold symptoms are coming, if you see that that is only very external, that means that she has a damp wet in a rain, that means you are having some maintaining cause, some causation is there, then we will give medicine depending upon the acute symptoms, acute
Okay.
medicine, few doses we will give, and that will not disturb the constitutional remedy. But if at all we can stay, that means if we can say that अरे चलो आपने तो अभी पूरे भीग गए थे तो 1 2 दिन आप stay hot or stay cool, if it is helping, then we will go with that one only, no need to give the medicine. So we will see the pathology of the symptoms, then we will interfere with medicines or not, that we will diagnose, first point. Or if it is any other condition, that means if you are treating for dermatitis or if you are treating for psoriasis, then again, if she has developed any urticarial rashes on the skin, so that is a completely a different complaint. So it is little bit lesser origin than psoriasis, and it is an allergic origin. It is not for the that means allergy. How will allergy will come? It is with the immunity response. Actually, psoriasis is also an autoimmune condition. So when there is an autoimmune condition is running in the body and you are treating it constitutionally, so when there is an immunity response like urticaria is an immunity response. That means the autoimmune character may have been reversed. That is why his immunity has been acting well. So his
Right.
hyperimmunity, hyper response is coming with the immunity. So then that would be a good sign for us. So
Correct.
then
Correct.
generally we won't disturb that one. But yeah, generally urticarial rashes means what happened? They can't tolerate the itching, right? So then we can prescribe some mother tinctures for that, like Artica urens or anything, because Artica urens just acts like a cetirizine effect. Cetirizine effect means I have given in so many cases. So I have of late in my practice, I have observed that whenever we are treating for diabetes, psoriasis, kidney complaints, menstrual disorders, whatever the complaint may be, especially female. So after treating for 2 to 3 years, so then when we want to close the cases, that means when we feel that the case is going on very good and we can taper the doses, at that time, they are having these urticarial rashes. And these rashes will be very, very severe and they could not stay without cetirizine. So after observing for 2 years, I thought that okay, these are all the medicinal reactions. So this is not a complete another complaint. So I thought that of giving urticaria urens mother tincture, and I wanted to maintain some tapering doses or some acute medicines only to avoid cetirizine. Or sometimes I will ask them to take cetirizine also. If at all I may not be able to interfere with any medicine, but Artica urens mother tincture will be helping very much. That means not only that one. So like that you can select about smaller remedies in smaller potencies, not to disturb with the constitutional remedies like that. So in mother tinctures, in 6XS, like that. And you need to see that this is a good response, and you need to explain them that this is a good response. Better if you have suffered with itching also for some time, so your constitutional levels are being relieved, so that they will be having a little good feeling with that, and ignore if they take cetirizine also. No need to worry in that cases. And this Artica urens mother tincture will act like a cetirizine effect. So if you take it daily, whenever you take, then that itching will be decreased like that. So that is one type of response. And the other thing, so if at all, if you are treating a skin condition mainly, and you have developed any internal organs, this one, so that would be not a good sign for us. So then we will just to see, reconsider something like that. Okay, reconsider the case. Or if you have developed any asthmatic condition, so that is the reverse of Hering's law. So we will see. We will check that. We will need to change the remedy, something like that. Okay. So
Okay.
first we need to know to which level we are prescribing. That is very, very, very essential. Whenever you prescribe for whatever case, you need to note that whether it is a pathological prescription or whether you are prescribing with few symptoms, whether you are prescribing for the acute case or whether you are prescribing for the chronicity, or whether you are giving in the constitutional method only one or two single doses or something like that. In that way, the follow-up also should be there. That means whether you need to interfere or not. That you need to decide depending upon the prescription. Suppose if you have started the case constitutionally only, so it is going well and good only. But suddenly some acute symptom is coming and it is not at all good with her. So she is not at all able to tolerate that, whatever complaint it may be, whatever system it may be. Then you can take a break from the constitutional remedy. You can prescribe all the acute remedies for the conditions. Then again, you can switch over to the constitutional remedy also in few cases. So by listening to this, all may seem you awkward or something like that. Why would we take a break from the constitutional remedy? Is it correct or not? But while treating the patient individually, it will different. The ideology will be different. So whatever the doctor feels correct after seeing the patient, that would be better for the patient. That's all. So there will be no that whether this is good or bad, nothing like that. If you have given something, just analyze that and take the other step from the next prescription like that. Okay. I
Okay,
think I'm
okay.
clear. Huh?
Yes,
Thank
absolutely,
you, Padmaja ma'am. Thank
absolutely,
you.
ma'am. Very nice explanation.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
will add one or two points of my own. Same points I consider. I usually treat what is the most troubling symptom at that point of time, and usually it could be very small thing for the for us medically, but for patient it will be very big thing. So we have to address that. And then regarding the skin issue, one patient with Parkinson's had three vaccinations, and she developed a painless herpes zoster after my treatment. Okay, so I know that is that toxins are bringing out, and that is the reason. I told them to wait, but they were in a hurry, and I was not available for some reason. And they started antivirals. Actually, that was helpful for her because now after that she her skin problem also went out. Actually, she didn't have any pain or itching. That is the beauty. That means I think it is homeopathic aggravation only, not aggravation. Removing the toxins. It can't be aggravation. And then she started having loose motions, but they had no patients and they switched over to allopathy. Now she is walking and she is having a almost near normalcy. My point is, whatever is needed at that point of time for the case, we have to go with it. We can't prevent patients, caregivers, don't do this and that because we are sitting in our house and we are treating over phone or we are seeing only for 1 or 2 minutes. But what the patient and patient's caregivers are going through, that should be considered. That is my point. So, just like Padmaja ma'am told, everything is individualized and decided based on the case presentation at that point of time. Yes, that is my point.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yes, any other dear doctor, please let us know your experiences also. We are very much Dr. Mona madam and any other doctor who can I see now?
Ma'am, I'll be presenting tomorrow, so I think it is better I'll speak tomorrow itself.
Yes, yes, yes. That's fine, madam. Dr. Priya, Bhuvana Priya. Bhuvana Priya is there. Dr. Pungzali madam is also there. And Smita Kamath, Vagdevi. And SB. Who is this SB madam? SB. I couldn't get that one. Hmm. SB name. Who is the doctor in SB madam? SB ID. Dr. Ashia, Rachana. So each one of you can discuss your cases. I think one or two cases you may have treated na, till so far. Some skin cases also you may have discussed, you may have treated. So what is your experience with the skin cases? Where did you felt difficult or where did you felt very happy with that? So each one of you give us one line now. Okay.
Ma'am, can I talk?
Yes, please.
Hello. Yes. Yeah. I would just like to. Had a similar case. This was almost 3 months back, and one of my patients who had developed on her hand, the upper part of the hand, arm, she got a cluster of small eruptions, which was looking very much similar to herpes. Okay, so she sent me a picture saying that she's got that. It was very red in color, extremely itchy, extremely itchy. She was not able to bear the itching, and it was having a lot of burning sensation. So she told me she already diagnosed, and she told me, doctor, I've got herpes. So I told her it's okay, don't do anything because it was late in the night when she sent me the pic. I just told her I just apply coconut oil over it, and tomorrow you come to the clinic. I told her. So the next day she came to the clinic. So when she came next day, there was one more patch near the elbow. Again, similar small eruptions with same kind of symptoms and circular. Both of these lesions are circular. Maybe I can put the pictures of this thing on the group later. So when she showed that to me, the first thing that came to my mind as diagnosis was herpes zoster because it was very similar and I felt it was a nerve that was being followed. And I just took her symptoms and I prescribed her arsenic alb because she had a lot of burning sensation. And she told me when she took her hot water bath, she was very much better. I gave her arsenic alb 200 CDS and I told her, you take this medicine and report to me after 3 days. So she went back home and again on the third day, this lesion had now spread to her other arm, which were both bilaterally symmetrical. Very symmetrical. Just the way it has come on this arm, it has come on the other hand also. And the same symptoms with severe burning and itching, and this itching was becoming very much aggravated in the night time. And she just told me, when I told her any particular time aggravation, she told every day at about 3:34 in the early morning or night, I can say, she was saying it's night, she would get up because of the itching. She would sleep well, but at 3:34 from the past 3 days, she's getting up. And the itching was so severe, she's not able to manage. She will take a comb and she will start scratching this. So I was in a real fix. She even went to the dermat. In these 3 days, I told her she went to the dermat, and the dermat told her to take some anti-allergic medicine. And the dermat said it's not herpes zoster. And because when it came bilateral, even I was sure that it was not herpes, but I was just treating her symptomatically. And the dermat said that they will need to do a biopsy because it could be arterial vasculitis. There's something called as arterial vasculitis. Even I was not sure what it was, so I referred. So that could be one. It could be a skin disease which can be going towards malignancy. So this patient got very scared, and because she has this habit of referring, so she came to me again, saying that this is what the doctor has said. And because of the time aggravation and the same thing that burning better by putting hot water, I just changed the prescription from arsenic 200 to Caliars. Maybe I just took the Cali part because thinking that 3:34 o'clock aggravation, and arsenic I just kept because there was that this thing better by burning, better by hot water. And Calias 30 did the magic. I told her Calias 30 in water every 2 hourly. Every 2 hourly, I told her just stir it 10 times every subsequent dose and take it. And she came to me after 3 days, complete itching had stopped, and the eruptions had all started receding in the similar way. First, the right hand disappeared, and then the left hand has disappeared. So this was it. So what I don't know. She came after that. After she was well, she reported to me that ma'am, I'm well. She came once to me. There were no lesions. She's fine. After that, she's not come to me. Now, what I need to ask all the doctors here, the senior doctors especially, do I need to follow this up with some antisoric in a high potency so that this thing never happens to her again? Because even the dermat was not sure what it could be. She just had a question mark. It could be vasculitis, and she would be doing a biopsy of that lesion. So if somebody can help me, whether I need to put her on some antisoric so that this doesn't recur again in her, because there is no known cause. I couldn't find any ailments from in this case.
Yes, just to go on with the
Hello?
constitutional remedy, madam. That means
I need to take her because I just dealt with that sector that day. I didn't take any detailed case taking. So whether I should
yes.
do a detailed case taking and follow, or just the antisoric should be fine. How should I
Yes,
do it?
no, doctor. I observed that Sally Arts is an anti-malignant remedy as well. So I think
Yeah,
you
it is.
may not be needing any other remedies unless the case demands. So whatever you have done
Okay.
till now is great, and maybe they may not need any further treatment as well. So many times, no, oh, we will be thinking about all the strategies we'll be framing, but the patients will not turn up. After 2 years, we'll come to know that they are absolutely fine, and that is the beauty of homeopathy. So I think
Hello.
thinking and studying about further is good, but unless the case demands, no need of any further remedies. That is my
Okay.
opinion.
So I don't need to call her back for a follow up and do anything in that case, right?
No, that you can do. That you can do. Because based on the symptoms, you can decide. Even maybe sulfur single dose may be needed. Single dose sulfur,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my only question was sometimes what happens is we just attend to that particular complaint because sometimes
Yes.
if there are patients behind, we don't do a detailed case checking, we just attend to that particular sector or that particular complaint, and if the patient is better, we may not be following it up. So how important is it I should follow up the case? That is what was my
Definitely, you have to call her back and take the details. You will understand what further she may need. Most probably, single dose of sulfur may do, but
Okay.
a Kali Art is good enough. So you have to take the case on, and then only decide.
Okay.
I have
But
seen
you feel
even
it could
Cipram
be
Art.
something going, yes.
Yeah. Cipram Art also similar
Yes, ma'am.
effect. It has cured so many cases of skin problems in my patient, but I back it up with carcinosinum 30. Most probably, because their mentality will be of carcinosin. Yeah. So I think you should call her back and you retake the case briefly and then decide.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
And as such, Dr. Smita, so whenever we are dealing with such conditions, so in between we need to say hi to them. So generally what we will feel, so patients need to talk to us. Why would we go and say hi so that the doctor's dignity will be less and something we will feel. But these days, today, we need to maintain that contact with them. Just to keep a hi in their, how are you doing in their WhatsApp. That's
Yes.
all. Once in 6 months,
Yes.
something like that.
Even I
So,
do that.
yeah, that's so fine. Because generally, if we have a hospital, our front office will do that one. So, it's not like that. When you are treating personally, you can also keep that one. That will do a very vast change in the patient. They'll just feel that, wow, doctor has been reminding me. So, just you just drop that. How are you? Not only how are you, how is your skin condition? Something like that. Only one point with that past condition and don't repeat that one. So that means if that skin condition is completely normal, she won't remember you or she won't get back to you. You just mentioned that, how are you
Right.
doing? Then she will say that
Right.
she will remember you with the skin condition only at any cost. So then she will say that,
Yes.
oh, my skin condition is good, madam. Then you say that, okay, Aflot, you are doing well. Or so your sleep, appetite is everything is good, normal. Like that, you take given a question mark. Then she will tell that, no, madam, I have certain complaints in the liver these days. So I have, or I got some diabetes, or I got some hypertension, or I am very much worried about my husband, so that it's not giving me sleep.
Yes.
Something like that. Some
Correct.
complaints they will come out.
Yes.
So that is the next stage of the complaint. Then you can take the constitutional and you can give the remedy, which will also help with further past history. Like that.
Okay.
Like that,
Yes.
we will be
Yes, ma'am.
maintaining patients and we can maintain their contacts also. We can get some other contacts also from them. Like that.
Yes.
Absolutely, ma'am. There are two types of patients. A few will come to you even for small things. Every day they will be remembering you and they will tell small details also, and they will be just making your day very cumbersome. The other type of patient, no, they, unless they have that very difficult pressurizing problems, they don't come to you. So if the second type of category, we have to call them, ask them how they are doing, and they will have a big list of complaints. So I think you have to recall that patient and take the case in brief. Very essential.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam. You are completely, absolutely right. So we can do like this, no? We can do the with the pestering patients, everyday pestering patients. We need to tell them each day when he comes, no, when he or she. So did you tell about homeopathy to any other person? So you just send me some references. Like that, we can directly we can ask them. So if you are if they feel that pestering, we are pestering them, then they will stop coming to us, and like that we can avoid them. So many of the, because no, so each pestering everyday calling person, they generally won't refer anybody to us. They generally won't refer. They are only feel, they are only much felt for themselves only. So whenever, so that means if they are frequently visiting me, then if the family person, any other family person is seeing that he is going to that particular doctor, then that will become an advertisement for us. That's all. He won't tell them orally like, this doctor is good, please go to them. Not nothing, because he himself is not. He himself is coming every day, na, every day with us. Even though he is satisfied with us, we can't get any references with them. So for such patients, we need to tell directly, like just educate your family for with homeopathy. Just tell them, or so these patient, the prior patient to you is an headache patient. See how homeopathy has helped him. Something like that, you can put him in conversation so that you can get some references from those patients. Otherwise, dealing them with daily without taking any special amount of money, so it will just disturb our commercial senses. Okay, I think so. Yes, dear doctors, any other questions, or shall we wind up?
I think we can wind up now.
Yes,
Past
madam. Yes,
10.
madam. Yes, Dr. Isha, you have given a very good time for all of us to speak by preparing yourself very small and swift this one. Thank you for that. Okay. Thank you, dear doctors. Yes, madam. We will wind up now.
Yes, ma'am. Dr. Isha had some very difficult situation today, but she managed it so well. Dr. Isha,
Okay.
close to you.
Okay. Okay. That's
Okay.
great. That's
Yes,
great.
yes.